Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle one of the trickiest parts of learning English, all those verb tenses. But don't you worry, because we are going to make it incredibly simple with one single, powerful idea. Let's dive right in.
Have you ever found yourself just staring at a sentence, wondering if you should say, I went, I have gone, or maybe I was going? If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are so not alone. It's a super common hurdle, but today, we're going to clear it. 12. Yep, 12 different tenses. I mean, that sounds like a whole lot of stuff to memorize, doesn't it? But what if I told you that all 12 of them are just built from two simple ingredients? That is the secret we're going to unlock right now. And here it is. This is the big secret. Every single tense in English is just a combination of a time, past, present, or future, and something called an aspect. The aspect just describes how the action relates to that time. That's it. Time plus aspect. Simple.
Just look at this grid. It lays the whole system out perfectly. Down the side, you've got your three times, past, present, future. And across the top, the four aspects. You just pick one from each column, mash them together, and boom, you get all 12 tenses. It really is that organized.
Now, a quick heads up. You might see different words for these things out there. Some books say progressive instead of continuous. Please, don't let that throw you off. The name doesn't matter. What matters are the ideas behind the words, because those never change. All right, let's break down the first half of our formula, time. We've got past, present, and future. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, there's a little twist. The future, it plays by its own set of rules. It works very differently from the other two.
So here's where it gets kind of interesting. For past and present, you actually change the verb itself. Go becomes went, is turns into was. But for the future, nah, you don't change the verb. You just add a little helper word before it, like will go or might go. It's a totally different way of doing things.
And because we use these little helper words, we actually have a ton of different ways to talk about the future. We can use will, or be going to, or might. Heck, we can even use present tenses to talk about future events. This is why the future can sometimes feel a bit tricky, but it also gives you a lot more options, which is pretty cool.
So, if there's one thing to take away about time, it's this. Past and present are pretty straightforward with their verb forms, but the future is like a toolbox. You've got all these different tools you can pull out depending on exactly what you want to express.
Okay, we've got time sorted. Now let's move on to the second part of our formula, which is, in my opinion, where all the magic happens. The four aspects. This is what gives the verb its specific flavor, its real meaning.
First up, the simple aspect. Its name really says it all. Its job is just to state facts, plain and simple. So whether it's a single thing that happened, like I went to Rome, or a habit, like I go to work by bus, the simple aspect just keeps things, simple.
Next, we have the continuous aspect. This one is all about action, specifically an action in progress. I want you to think of it like taking a snapshot of something right in the middle of it happening. And the formula couldn't be easier. Just take the verb be and add your main verb with an ing on the end. This example is just perfect. I was eating dinner at 7 o'clock. It zooms in on a very specific moment, 7 o'clock, and tells you that the action of eating was in progress right then. You weren't finished. You were in the middle of it. The action was incomplete. See?
Okay, now for the perfect aspect. This is the one that sometimes trips people up, but here's the best way to think about it. It's like a bridge. Its whole job is to connect two different points in time to show how an earlier event relates to a later one. The formula is always some form of have plus the past participle.
This timeline really makes it clear. He hadn't finished speaking when everybody started to leave. The past perfect, hadn't finished, tells us that the speaking started before the leaving. It's that bridge I was talking about, connecting those two past events and showing us which one came first.
And finally, our last one, the perfect continuous aspect. And honestly, it's just a mashup of the two we just talked about. It's perfect because it's that bridge connecting two times, and it's continuous because it focuses on an action that's been going on for a while. Think about, we've been waiting for ages. It connects all that past waiting time to right now, and it implies we're still waiting. All right, we've looked at all the pieces of the puzzle, time and aspect. Now let's click them together and really see the system work. It's time to put our little formula to the test. So, you ready for a little pop quiz? Nothing too hard, I promise. Take this simple sentence. I walk through the forest. Using what you just learned, how would you change that into past, present, and future perfect continuous? Go ahead, pause for a second and give it a shot. You've totally got this.
Okay, ready to check your answers? Let's see. For the past, it becomes I had been walking. For the present, I have been walking. And for the future, I will have been walking. Did you notice? The only thing that actually changes is the verb have to set the time. The rest of the structure, been walking, stays exactly the same. So cool, right? And there you have it. It's not about memorizing 12 random complicated rules. It's about understanding one simple, elegant system. You just pick a time, you pick an aspect, you put them together, and you can build any meaning you need.
So, now you've got the secret formula. The only question left is, what are you going to do with it? Which one of these tenses are you going to go out and master first? The power to speak English confidently? Well, it's right there in your hands. Now go use it.